Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Rainbow Tarot UK. It's lovely to have you here and I hope everyone is doing well and sending you lots of love and light as always. So today's reading we are doing, what do they intuitively understand about you and the connection? So what is their intuition, their insight, their gut, their sixth sense? What is it telling them about you and the connection? So as usual, we've got our three piles and we're going to go to those in a minute. I just want to remind everyone it's a general reading, so just take what resonates. You never have to take something that doesn't resonate with you, and it's timeless, so it's absolutely good for whenever you are finding it, when you find it when I first upload it, or if it's a kind of year from now, it should be timeless. But anyway, let's get straight to our three piles. Okay guys, so we've got our three piles. I'm using, just in case you are curious, I'm using the Aboriginal Ancestral Wisdom Oracle deck today, and the first card we've got is, it's got sort of light and shade aspects to it. So the shade, which is the one that it came out on, and the right way up, is unaware, and the light is insight. So that is pile number one with this beautiful blue kind of marbly effect stone here. Pile number two, which had the light aspect upright, and that says inspired, and the shadow, which says unimaginative. So that is pile number two with our green, beautiful green adventurine here. And then pile number three, which had the shadow aspect first, which says forbidden, and then the lighter aspect, which I think says possibilities. And that is pile number three with the equally lovely red jasper. So that is the three piles. So, take a moment, use your intuition to choose the pile that is calling to you. Might be more than one, and I will see you in your reading. Bye for now. Hey pile number one, and welcome back to your reading. So today we're doing, aren't we, what do they intuitively understand about you and the connection, on an intuitive level? What is their sixth sense, their gut feeling? What is their third eye, if you like? What is it trying to tell them about you and the connection? And you chose to come into this card, which is card number 8 from the Aboriginal Ancestral Wisdom Oracle deck. And it came out, this card is divided between light and sort of the shadow aspect, if you like, or the darker aspect, as shown in the light and shade of the same colour. So it came out with the shadow aspect of unaware, and the other lighter aspect is insight. Okay, so that is how your card came out. So that is the first card, and it also came into this beautiful blue stone, which has got a little marbling effect here. We put that there, and we've also got some oracle cards, so let's get those out. So the first one is do not be frustrated, and underneath it says let go and feel peaceful. Do not be frustrated, let go and be peaceful. Then we have listen, and then we have lilac, first emotions of love. Love is the emotion that pulls a man out of his own hat. And that is by a quote from somebody called Ben Hecht. I mean, I've not heard of Ben Hecht, but some of you might have. So it's the first emotions of love. Okay, so what I would say here is that you might be dealing with somebody who is quite, from these cards, I'm feeling like this person might be somebody that doesn't normally tap into their intuition, or is not normally a person that would, have maybe a spiritual side to their life, or have connected or tapped in to the spiritual side of life. So for all intents and purposes, it might be somebody who's quite attached or in the 3D all the time. So that is, they sort of see life through the five senses of touch, taste, touch, taste, see, hear, feel. It's that kind of, that's sort of their perception of the world. That's how they perceive the world. So they might be quite blocked off from the spiritual side of life. They might not even, an intuition might not be a word that they even would connect into or be aware of or anything like that. Because I feel like your person is a little bit blocked, or I feel like their intuition is probably sending them lots of signs and symbols actually about this connection, but they're not tapping into it, or they're not able to understand it, or they're not able to see the signs and symbols because it's just not part of their life. You know, it's not something that they would. So they're sort of quite blocked because we've got this card with the unaware here. It's basically sort of a card that is saying, look, you need to get your head out of the sand really in this situation. You need to become more insightful. So they may be blocking the connection in some way, or blocking what they actually truly know deep down in their heart, in their soul about this connection. There may be a bit of a block to that in some way. So that might be out of choice, or they're just not picking up on how they're actually feeling. Because they've even got a card that says listen, which is this child with their eyes closed, trying to listen to the signs, trying to hear nature, if you like. Often when we're out in nature, we can be more connected to spirit. So I felt the intuition of this person is actually probably screaming at them, really, to sort of say, come on, there's lots of signs and symbols and synchronicities with this connection, and you need to wake up. There's something about this. So there's an element of defensiveness and sort of almost being asleep in terms of connecting into their intuition with this person. It may be frustrating you in some way, because you might think, well, I can see all the potential of this. I know intuitively that we have a strong connection, but, I'm not feeling that from the other person. Why is that? And I feel like that frustration might be about you. But there is, the first emotions of love, tells me that there is love in this situation. But again, with that little quote at the bottom, it makes me feel that, this person is putting up a defence to it, or is blocking it, or is not choosing not to recognise it, or choosing not to acknowledge it, or choosing not to connect into it in some way. There's a defensiveness to them, to what I think they actually feel, and that is probably what their intuition is trying to say to them. To their real feelings about the connection, something like that. They're sort of guarded in some way. That's kind of what I'm feeling here. But anyway, let's see what else we've got. Thank you very much if you have subscribed, liked, hit the notification bell and commented. I really do appreciate that. Please do carry on doing that, because it helps the channel to grow. I'm not going to take those because I haven't asked the question yet. So yeah, thank you so much for doing that. But anyway, let's ask, what does pile number one's persons, what do they intuitively understand and know about pile number one and the connection? What is their intuition, clearly trying to tell them about this connection? What do they know? What do they understand, about this connection? So we have the Queen of Swords. Okay, what do they understand? We have the King of Wands. Okay. What do they intuitively know and understand about this connection, please? The Eight of Cups. This might be, for a lot of you, something that's coming to separation. So there might be been a walking away in this situation. What do they intuitively know and understand about this connection? Nine of Cups. And then what have we got at the bottom of the deck? And that's funny, isn't it? Because the Fool came out in those two cards, didn't it? That I wasn't going to take because I hadn't asked the question. And there it is right there. So, okay. So, do they intuitively understand? I think they intuitively know that there should be a new beginning, or there needs to be a new beginning or a new start somehow in this connection between you. So maybe you are in separation from this person, or this is a situation where this person is not putting a lot of effort into the connection, not showing much, not giving much, not really listening to you, possibly. It might be a frustrating connection, something like that. With the Queen of Swords, it could be that it's quite detached, quite distant, because the Swords energy can be like that. But I feel that they know, if you're in separation, it could be that you're in separation with the Queen of Swords as well, and the Eight of Cups, that there needs to be somehow a new beginning. It might be a bit of a risk for them. It might be a little bit of a leap of faith, because that is the Fool card. But the overarching energy for them intuitively is that they know this situation needs to begin again. It needs to renew again. It needs to go back to the beginning in some way. They equally know that it is a wish fulfillment for them with the Nine of Cups here. But again, there is some sort of protective energy over their hearts with it. So maybe somebody's been hurt in this situation. Maybe they've been hurt in this situation. Because right next to it, we do have the Eight of Cups, which is a kind of like a walking away. It could be that this person... I was going to say this person might feel sort of a bit confused or conflicted in some way about the connection. So there might be something like that going on, because we've got the Queen of Swords and the King of Wands right next to each other, which is very sort of different energy. The Queen of Swords is a sort of a cold, distant, detached energy, but the King of Wands is a passionate, heated, you know, sort of enthusiastic, somebody with a lot of energy, somebody with a lot of drive, and somebody with a lot of determination, but equally somebody with a lot of passion and attraction. So I think they know they're very attracted to you. So if it's the stirrings of love, and they are, because we've got here the first emotions of love, it might be that this is a crush situation which is hidden, which they're not really picking up on, or something like that, or they're not willing to take it further, or they're, even though they have feelings for you, something like that. You know, it could be that they have these, you know, feelings of being detached, but also this kind of desire, this passion for you in some way. But the Eight of Cups is, yeah, about kind of moving away from the situation, but equally a wish fulfillment. So they might be feeling, yeah, there might be a lot of mixed feelings for them. So intuitively, they might be not being able to sort of pick up on these kind of on how they're really feeling, because in their head they might be a little bit confused and a little bit jumbled about the connection, a little bit stressed maybe about the connection, which can often mean that we can't tap into our intuition. But I feel like, yeah, what it's saying to them is that this is something that they want to begin, or that they want to begin again. With the Eight of Cups, maybe they have to leave something behind, and maybe that's why there's a bit of defensive energy to it. Maybe it's something that they need to walk away from in order to begin this new situation with you. Because I'm just noticing the two swans here. There's all twos in this card, partnership and connection. So I think intuitively they know that they want to be with you, that they know that you're a wish fulfillment. They know that there is a huge amount of attraction and passion. They know there's also a lot of... so mentally there might be a really good connection between the two of you. Intuitively they kind of know that with the King of Swords here. They may be looking at you from a distance, from afar, sort of spying on you if you're in separation, checking you out still. But they definitely still know that they have feelings for you on an intuitive level. They know that they still have very strong, there's a lot of chemistry still here, a lot of attraction. And intuitively they might feel that they've got to leave something behind. That might be why there's this sort of defensive energy to them, this thing that's kind of blocking out this intuition that they feel about you, which is that you are a wish fulfillment, and that they want this new beginning with you, or they want this new start with you. But there's definitely a sense of defensiveness with them, with the Queen of Swords. They may, because again here, this is all about kind of intellect. The Queen of Swords is all about intellect. The King of Wands is all about action. So it makes me feel that as a person, yeah, that they would be quite blocked to picking up on the signs, really, on those signs, and the Spirit's trying to send them on those intuitive hits that somebody who is more tapped into their intuition would be able to pick up on. I just feel this person is a person of intellect. They're very, they're very intelligent. They've got a good mind. But it is all about maybe more rational thinking rather than feeling, which is what, intuition is. It's your sort of being able to just feel and know something without actually having to have a rational explanation about it. So I feel like this person might be very rational in the way that they operate as a person. They may be somebody who's got a lot of, maybe somebody who's in charge, or somebody who's got a lot of responsibilities or something like that, or a very big position maybe in their work. that's yeah, that's kind of like a kind of quite a rational, maybe quite a rational, where they think rationally all the time, and it's all about action as well rather than actual feelings. But I think deep down they know that they want this new beginning with you. They know that you are a wish fulfillment. Maybe they're thinking that you've maybe protected your heart, or again, I just feel with this fan over their heart space, of all these kind of cups, it just makes me feel that the heart, you know, and the soul, really, that's how you sort of pick up, you know, that's where the intuition lies, if you like. And there's a protection of that. So I feel like they are very, yeah, just not able to hear. And that's why they've got the listen card. They're not able to hear their messages. But I think that what they intuitively understand is that you mean a lot to them, and that they want to be, yeah, they're beginning, maybe that it's something that they're beginning to feel attracted to you, they're beginning to like you, and they don't want to, because maybe that means that would turn their world upside down, or that would mean they've got to walk away from something. Or, so they're sort of like trying to kind of block that out in some way if this is a crush situation. But intuitively they know they want a new beginning, they want to start beginning. It's a bit risky for them. So in terms of astrological signs, I mean, the Queen of Swords is any one of the air signs of Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. King of Wands is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. 8 of Cups, that is Pisces energy, and so is the 9 of Cups. Yeah. And Pisces, interestingly, is a sort of a dreamer energy. And I feel like this person needs to get in touch more with that kind of element, really, that sort of... yeah, sort of dream, more in touch with the kind of dream world. I think they're quite rational as a person, really. But anyway, let's see what else we've got. So can you please tell me, well, what does pile number one's person intuitively understand about this connection? Oh, I'm not going to... What do they intuitively understand? Ooh! So I'm going to take that one, just 2 of Cups. What do they intuitively understand about this connection? Please can you tell me? Which they may not show. What do they intuitively know? What is their intuition trying to tell them about this connection, please? I've got 5 of Wands. What else have we got? What do they intuitively understand or know about this connection? We have the Moon. Oh, that's a very intuitive card. And we have the 5 of Cups. And then we've got 3 of Wands. Right. I feel like for some of you, you might be in separation from this person. And again, it goes with what I was saying before, maybe about being a little bit mixed, maybe in some way. Now, intuitively, I think this is the 2 of Cups. So they know that there is a strong bond, a strong connection between you and them. That is the 2 of Cups. It is a very a connection which is based on, you know, a firm friendship. It's got a good foundation. It's a great card to have in any long-term relationship. Reading above it is the Queen of Swords. So I feel like there is a little bit of defense, because maybe for some of you, this person feels like this connection is kind of out of reach. It's a long way away. They've got to look through their telescope to see it. It's a long way out of their reach in some way, in the 3D world, in the real world, in the practical world. It's not accessible for them in some way. So you might be in separation from them, or it might be just a situation which they just don't feel they've got any chance of being in, or something that they have to, you know, cause chaos in their own life to, you know, to create in some way. But I feel like they want to, intuitively, what I'm feeling is that they feel or know that they need to somehow fight for it. There's something about they need to fight for it. So maybe it's in separation, and we're talking about reconciliation here. But they need to kind of fight for it. They need to make a play for it in some way. But I mean, the Moon card is a card of intuition. It's a card of deep intuition. And so it makes me feel that with all these animals coming out of the water, going towards the Moon. I mean, the Moon is a feminine energy, isn't it? And it just makes me feel that there's intuitively they are being pulled back in some way to the connection. It might be confusing for them. They might not understand that, because the moon can be quite a confusing, you know, so this person, with all these cards here, this person might be having these feelings for you in whatever situation that is. Either it's a crush situation, or it's a reconciliation situation, or you're in separation or something like that. Somebody might have walked away, or the situation might have walked away, or they need to walk away from something, and there's a strong pull. There's still a strong pull towards you and the situation. I mean, the moon is literally, you know, a very intuitive card. It could have been a hidden situation or something like that, or it could be that they, again, with the moon card here, are sort of pushing down, and because the moon can be, you know, in the moonlight, things can't be seen clearly. You know, they're trying to push down, or trying to walk away, or trying not to hear what they are intuitively feeling, which is that they want this new beginning, that you're a wish fulfillment, that you've got the Two of Cups potential in this connection. There's a huge amount of defensiveness, and that might be why we have the Five of Wands here as well. You know, this kind of like a bit of a battle with them to get them to acknowledge and to recognise how they are actually feeling. They may be very blocked from the feeling side of their life in some way. Now, it could be it's because they're trying to protect themselves with the Five of Cups here. There's this element of self-preservation, self-protection. Maybe they don't want to get hurt. Maybe connecting in, listening to how they're really feeling is going to hurt them, and they don't want to get their back to that. Because here we've got the Five of Cups, and they're focused on the Five Cups that have spilled over, and they're not able to turn around and see the Two of Cups. Well, the Two of Cups is what they intuitively know you and them to be, but they don't, again, they've got their back to it. So there's something about this person that on the surface is trying, I feel they're really trying hard to block what they know to be how they truly feel, which is the first emotions of love, or feelings of love and attraction, feelings of connection with you, feelings of there's a lot of potential in this connection. I'd like to begin this connection with the Fool card here. I'd like to start this connection. It might be risky, but I am blocking it in some way, or I am confused, I can't hear the messages, or I'm not wanting to hear the messages, but I feel this strong pull at the same time. So it's kind of like really, you know, I think your person is quite an interesting, well, I mean, to me they seem like an interesting character, but they might be quite frustrating for you. You might be quite frustrated by them. Or it may be that this person is the other way to read this is that this situation has come into separation, and this person will not let this situation go. Maybe you've left this situation and you're just having this reading out of curiosity, and maybe this person, you know, can't hear that you are now, you know, the Queen of Swords. You've now let go of the situation, you've moved away from the situation, you've begun a new journey for yourself, but they can't hear that, they don't want to hear that. But they might intuitively know that you've left them, that you've gone, that you've moved on, but they're still trying to hang on to the situation in some way, and they're not listening to the signs and synchronicities about maybe, you know, the situation for you coming to an end, being over. But I think for them, the main reading, what I would say here is that they know that this situation means a lot to them. Intuitively they understand that, but they're sort of like blocking it with the unaware here, with the listen here. You know, they're sort of blocking. There's a lot of defensive energy. There's a lot of I don't want to hear that, I don't want to listen to that. Even if I get the slightest hint in my heart or in my soul that pile number one, that I've got all these feelings for pile number one, I have to block them in some way. I have to defend them. Maybe they've been hurt. Maybe they're in separation. This is something that's really hurt them, and they just can't let themselves think like that in some way. They just don't want to let themselves think like that. But the overarching energy is the Three of Wands, which again is somebody who is actually waiting, but also again knowing that there is potential, because the Three of Wands is about potential. You know, the Ace of Wands is the seed, the Two of Wands is the planning and the preparation, and the Three of Wands is, you know, action, putting it into action, potential, getting it going. So I feel like this person intuitively knows there needs to be a new beginning, intuitively knows it's now time to, you know, set sail with the connection here. I've got some little boats here in the foreground here. Set sail, move on with the connection. But they are, for some reason, they are sort of holding themselves back. There's a strong sort of defensive energy to them in some way. But anyway, let's have an oracle card. Of what, you know, is there any advice for pile number 1 in this situation? Is there any advice for them? What would be the advice for pile number 1 in this situation? A new start is coming. New moon. So maybe there is a new start in this situation. Maybe they are eventually going to, you know, listen to all those signs that I feel like their intuition is sort of kind of bellowing at them, saying, come on, you know, that you have feelings, strong feelings for pile number 1. What else have we got here? A fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries. And I'm going to have one more, and this says, expect powerful change, new moon eclipse. So there you go, pile number 1. That has been your reading. I hope you've liked it. If you have, please do hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now. Hey, pile number 2, and welcome back to your reading. So in today's reading, we are doing, aren't we, you know, what do they intuitively understand about you and the connection? What is their intuition, their gut, their sixth sense? You know, what is it trying to tell them about you and the connection? So you chose to come into the reading under this card from my Aboriginal Ancestral Wisdom deck, and yours came with a light attribute first, and it says inspired. And then the shadow aspect says unimaginative. Okay, but you came in with inspired. Fantastic, beautiful green shades there, aren't they? So that's card number 38 with the gorgeous green adventurine as well. And also some oracle cards here that I've got. Now this one says, oh, time to play. Make time to dance and play. Time to play, inspired, time to play. This feels very positive. And then we've got Sweet William, beautiful. Gallantry, grant me a single smile. Sweet William, small has form and aspect bright, like that sweet flower that yields great Jove delights. And that is a quote by somebody called Abraham Cowley. So Sweet William, small has form and aspect bright, like that sweet flower that yields great Jove delight. Beautiful. Gallantry. Ooh, grant me a single smile. Okay, and then here we have card number 28, the perfect key, with this little heart that is in this cage, and this girl has the key to open the heart. I feel like this person's intuitively feeling incredibly positive about you and the connection. I feel like they're thinking you are literally the person that can, you know, open up their heart for them. It feels very light. It feels like with the inspired and the time to play, it feels like they feel very happy. They feel very light. They feel incredibly attracted to you. It might be something that's kind of newish. It might be either a sort of new connection that you're sort of asking about, or somebody that you like, where there's an attraction, a crush or something like that. But I think they're feeling, yeah, incredibly inspired by you and just attracted to you. I think you make them feel very happy. I think that's what I'm getting from this. I think intuitively what they understand is that the potential for this connection makes them feel very happy, makes them feel it's a heart-centered connection, certainly, that you almost have the key to their heart, something like that. But anyway, let's find out. So thank you ever so much if you have subscribed, if you have hit the notification bell, if you have commented, and if you have liked. That is really so important to me. Thank you so much for doing that. So if you feel you want to carry on doing that, then please do. It's always good to have comments. It's always good. I'm not going to take that because I haven't asked the question. It's always good to have comments and to know what you like. So please do carry on with doing that. But anyway, let us ask, now, what is pile number 2's intuition? What is pile number 2's person's intuition you know, telling them, what is it wanting them to understand about pile number 2 and the connection, please? Can you tell me? Oh my goodness, the Lovers. Whoa. Straight off the bat, Ace of Swords. What is it telling them? What is their intuition telling them about, what is pile number 2's person's intuition telling them about pile number 2 and the connection? What do they understand? Oh, Page of Cups here, pile number 2. What else have we got? What else? And the Ten of Wands. Interesting. Okay. And we've got the Five of Wands as the overarching energy. Now, it could be, I feel like this definitely telling them that this connection with the Lovers card here is, as I said, a very significant connection for them. I think they feel a strong sense of, yeah, like you've got the key to their heart. There's this, you know, grant me a smile. There's a sort of sense of attraction. The Lovers can mean a soulmate, twin flame type of energy, if you believe in all of that. It can mean that there's a choice for this person. So maybe this connection is a little bit of a choice for this person in some way. Maybe they are in another situation or you're in another situation, because that sometimes can mean the Lovers card. And we do have as the overarching energy the Five of Wands, which is about competition. It's about having to compete with others. So maybe they're feeling they've got to compete with you. It might be something that you are, somebody that they are attracted to, but there's a lot of competition maybe. But I think intuitively what this tells me is that they want to fight for this connection. They want to stand up for this connection. That's what they intuitively know, and maybe they have to do that because maybe it feels as well, I mean, with the Ten of Wands, that can be quite a heavy energy. Sorry, it came up that way. It can be quite a heavy energy. So this might have been something whereby, I mean, somebody might have walked away from this connection in some way, or they might have walked away, you might have walked away. Somebody might have packed their bags and gone and left the connection. So you might be talking about somebody that you're in separation from here, for some of you. But I feel like with the Page of Cups here, I mean, you know, they are wanting, and again, we've got this kind of, look, these two hands in the background with in a kind of heart shape. So I feel intuitively they know that there is a lot of love with the Lovers card. There's a lot of love in this connection. There's a lot of dreams about this connection. I feel like it might be a bit of a dream come true, particularly with the key to open their heart, something like that. You're a little bit of a wish fulfillment for them. I feel like there's a lot of dreaming. Maybe they're thinking intuitively, in order to be with you, they need to leave something else, and that might be why we've got the Lovers card. They need to leave something else. They need to, you know, move on from something that might be quite heavy, or something that might be holding them back or pulling them down. They need to move on from that in some way. With the Ace of Swords, I mean, I think there's a lot of, it's interesting because it's right, what do they intuitively understand? And I feel that there is both intuition and a lot of thought going into this connection. Because with the Ace of Swords here, there's a lot of thinking. But it's not just, so I feel like they're giving a lot of thought and a lot of intuition. I feel like they're very much in touch with their intuition, actually. And they know that this connection is the right connection for them. But they're also giving it a lot of thought. They're giving it a lot of thought as well. So maybe if you're in separation from this person, they're giving it a lot of thought, but also they're just thinking generally a lot about it. There's a lot of thinking. So there's a lot of, I think there's a heart connection, you know, that it gets them in touch with their intuition. So they can listen to, I think they can listen to their intuition. They can understand the signs and symbols and synchronicities, but there is also a lot of intellect and a lot of intelligence to your person as well. So, yeah, so they're open to all of the information, not just their intuition, but their intellect as well. And I think what they know is that this is a very, very solid, this is a very, it might not be a solid connection in terms of it being stable and secure, but it's a very, very, very important connection for them. There's a lot of love, there's a lot of attraction in this connection. But anyway, let's see what else we have here. So, what does pile number two's person's intuition tell them about about pile number two and the situation? What do they intuitively understand about pile number two and the situation? We've got the Ten of Cups right under the Lovers. We've got the Hierophant. We have got the Seven of Pentacles. What do they intuitively understand? Maybe there's something about them that says that they have to be slow, or they need to be slow with this. They can't rush it, something like that. What do they intuitively understand? The Devil. You might be a temptation for them. And the Three of Cups. This might be a three-way situation for many of you. Like I said with the Lovers card, it might be a choice situation. Somebody might have left the situation because it was a choice situation, or there might be having to be a leaving of a situation in order for you to be with them, something like that. So I feel like they, yeah, and there may be some doubts and some insecurities with the Devil card here, some limiting beliefs or something like that. In the situation as well, but I think intuitively with the Ten of Cups here, they right under the Lovers. So the Ten of Cups is, you know, emotional happiness, is commitment, is you know, wanting to have emotional stability in some way with you, or certainly extreme emotional stability. The Hierophant is commitment. So it could be that somebody is in a committed situation, and there is, like I say, this is a three-way situation in some way, but you definitely have this pull on them. If they're in a committed situation, you definitely have this pull on them, and they feel a strong attraction to you, but they may be in a committed situation already, and you might be a bit of a temptation for them, but they know intuitively that they have this strong pull, this strong drive towards you. Maybe this is a situation where you were in a three-way situation and you left it because it was, you know, it was limiting for you. It wasn't giving you what you needed. It wasn't acknowledging you in some way. It wasn't, yeah, it was maybe just getting what, you know, maybe this person was just getting what they wanted. Maybe they were just wanting a bit of fun, or just to play in some in some way. I think with this person, what they know is that they need to fight intuitively. They need to fight for the situation, and they need to bring joy and happiness back into the situation. And there needs to be a sense of commitment. I think they intuitively realise that there needs to be a sense of commitment. There needs to be a choice, a clear choice around being with you. But they need to think about it here. They can't just act on feeling. I think what they realise, they can't just act on feeling, they need to give it a lot of thought as well. So there needs to be a balance between listening to their intuition and their intellect. Maybe there are a lot of things that they need to organise, a lot of things that they need to sort out, a lot of practical things. But I definitely think with all of these cards, it says to me that they see you as somebody that has the key to their heart, somebody that they want to be around, somebody that makes them feel good, somebody that makes them feel happy. Intuitively they feel that they would like to commit to you. I think that they would like to have this happiness with you. They would like to be with you. They would like to build something with you, I think, with the Seven of Pentacles here, where they would like to build, because the Seven of Pentacles is about taking stock about what you've got. And the Page of Cups is like an offer. It can be like an offer, can be like an apology, but it can be like an offer of love. So maybe they intuitively know that they need to offer you a new chance, a new beginning, a new start in love, and then to build on it with the Seven of Pentacles here, because it can be the Seven of Pentacles is taking stock of what there is. So maybe if you've already been in a connection with this person and you're either in separation from them, or you've had a sort of a three-way situation, there's choices that need to be made, that they need to choose you and then build on what you've already created in some way. But there are some doubts and fears, and they might be having some doubts and some fears, or limiting themselves in some way, or maybe you left the situation, or someone left the situation because, you know, there was some selfish energy there, or there's some energy where it wasn't really balanced in some way, because the devil energy is about basically it's not very balanced energy. It's about just, you know, getting what you want when you want, in whatever way you can get it, irrespective of, you know, the damage that it might cause somebody else, or something like that. So maybe somebody rejected that, they didn't like that in the situation, they moved away from the situation. So I think intuitively as well, it can be that you are a massive temptation to this person. There is a huge desire for you, that they intuitively sort of that they are thinking and feeling about you a lot, because that can be also be the devil energy. There's almost like an obsessive thinking and feeling about you. But I think intuitively as well, they know there's a lot of heat in this situation, because both these, the Lovers and the Devil, there's a lot of heat in these cards. There's a lot of intense emotions, a lot of intense feelings, a lot of attraction, a lot of chemistry in this connection. But I feel like the overarching feeling is that they need to fight for the connection, and they need to bring joy back into it. They need to bring happiness, a time to play, because I mean that's what the Three of... So if you left it because it wasn't giving you what you needed, I think that what they intuitively know is that they want to bring it back and make it light again, make it good again, make it happy again, feel inspired again within it. But anyway, let's see what else we've got for you, pile number. What else have we got here? For pile number 2 and their person. So is there any advice here for pile number 2 in this connection? Any advice for pile number 2 in this connection, please? What we've got here. It's time to release negativity, full moon in Scorpio. So maybe if this is a situation where you've come into separation because maybe, you know, somebody was behaving badly, or maybe there is some negativity in it here with the Devil card. This card is saying, you know, let's release that. Maybe your person intuitively wants to let that go. So maybe they want to let go. Intuitively, they know that they need to release or let go of any negative behaviours that they may, any addictions that they may have had, or any obsessive behaviours or poor behaviours that may have caused some of you to leave the situation. They know intuitively that they need to release that and be much more steady and measured and committed. So maybe there wasn't much of a commitment before, and maybe they intuitively now know that they need to offer commitment as well as happiness. So a balance, if you like, of commitment, of stability, but also of kind of happiness, of joy, something like that. So, you know, is there any advice for pile number 2 in this situation, please? Any advice for pile number 2 in this situation? Well, that must come out. Meditate and contemplate, new moon in Pisces. And then we have don't let pride get in your way. So maybe someone's been, or maybe there's some pride in this situation that is blocking it, or is it preventing it from moving forward. But I think from your person's point of view, I mean, all these oracle cards suggest that, you know, this situation means a lot to them, that they want to kind of fight for the situation. Now, if you've left it because it was, you know, was that they weren't treating you right, or they weren't committed to it, or they were, you know, they were, you know, picking and choosing somebody else, then obviously that's up to you about whether you want to go back to that, or go back to somebody that treated you that way. But I think what this person is intuitively realising is that they need to offer, that they need to offer commitment and release any kind of negative behaviours that were in it maybe before, and they need to bring happiness into the situation. They need to sort of show you that you mean, you know, a lot to them, that you are the one, that you are the choice, if you like. Is there anything else in any other advice here? Confidence is your key to success, new moon in Leo. So that's Leo that's come up twice there. Let's see what other astrological signs. So in terms of these cards, Hierophant is Taurus, 7 of Pentacles, and it's also Taurus. 10 of Cups is Pisces energy. Devil is Capricorn energy. And we've also got the Lovers, that's Gemini. Ace of Swords could be any of the air signs of Libra, Aquarius and Gemini. What else have we got here? Obviously we've got Leo with these two cards. Page of Cups, any of the water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And then we've also got 10 of Wands, which is Sagittarius energy. 5 of Wands, which is Leo energy. And 3 of Cups, that is Cancer energy. So there's just some of the astrological signs. But anyway, pile number 2, that's been your reading. I hope you've liked it. If you have, please do hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now. Hey, pile number 3, and welcome back to your reading. So today's reading is, isn't it, what do they intuitively understand about you and the connection? What is their intuition trying to tell them? What's their gut, their instinct, their third eye, their their sixth sense? What is it trying to tell them about you and the connection? So you chose to come into this, and this is my Aboriginal Ancestral Wisdom Oracle deck, and it's got 2 aspects to it, both shade and light, or light and shade. And yours came out this side, this way up, and this says forbidden versus the lighter aspect of that, which is possibilities. Okay, there we go. Beautiful. Okay, and you also chose the lovely red jasper here. I'm going to put that there. Okay, so let's see what your other oracle cards are. So you have got, oh, lovely, the Dawn of Love. The Dawn of Love, and underneath it says, love is rising on the horizon of your life. The Dawn of Love. Then we've got Asters. Beautiful card, Asters, and underneath it says elegance and patience, and there's a little quote here that says, nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished, by Lao Tzu. Lao Tzu, I think that's how you pronounce it. Okay, Asters. And then we've got A Long Way Home, card number 35, A Long Way Home. Maybe this is a forbidden love, so on forbidden, but a love that's hidden. So maybe it's a secret love, maybe this is a crush situation, something like that. And maybe this person is intuitively, maybe they might be blocking it in some way. So, they might be blocking it, or blocking their intuitive feeling, really, around this connection, because we've got the Dawn of Love, A Long Way Home. There might be a sense of waiting in this connection, so there might have been a lot of waiting and longing. I get the sense of longing and waiting. Stop, because this card can sometimes mean that you as long as you're not hurting anyone, this can be about stopping yourself or blocking the possibility of potential and possibilities. So it might be that this person is kind of intuitively knowing that this connection is something that they want, but they're blocking it. They're blocking that possibility from it coming into their life, because there's a lot of waiting. This kind of anchored, this balloon is anchored, isn't it? I don't think it's going anywhere. It doesn't feel like, oh, there's a big anchor to it. And what's that anchoring about? Maybe it needs to be anchored. So maybe it needs to be anchored in some way. It needs to be grounded. So maybe, like I say, it's a secret thing, and it needs to just, instead of being sort of in a dream situation up in the clouds, it needs to be anchored in some way. But maybe there's a bit of a block to that or something. But anyway, let's see what we've got here. Thank you so much for subscribing, commenting, liking. I really, really appreciate that. I do try to answer the comments, and it just shows me what you like. And if you feel like you want to subscribe and hit the notification bell after this reading, if you haven't done so already, then please do. But anyway, let's see. What does pile number 3's person want to, what does their intuition, or what do they intuitively understand about this connection? What do they intuitively understand about this connection, please? Right, so again, straight away, I think I said it felt like it might be sort of forbidden or secret or hidden. And we've got the High Priestess here, and that is a secretive energy. 10 of Swords. It could be something that you're asking that is coming to separation here with the 10 of Swords. So what is their intuition telling them? Oh, the Devil. What is I think their intuition might be telling them that they can't have this love. that this love is not something that they can have. It has to remain hidden. What is their intuition telling them about this connection? What do they understand? Judgment. And the overarching energy is the Ten of Pentacles. I feel like your person's intuition is, or what they intuitively understand, is that this is either something that could have been, with the Ten of Swords, that could have come into separation, or that could look like it's over in some way. It might be a hidden situation. It might be a very tempting situation for them, right? So they might be feeling intuitively somehow that this is a situation that they need to keep sort of under wraps, that they're literally forbidden, but they feel, nevertheless, they feel a strong pull towards you. Certainly with a High Priestess, that's a very, I'm just noticing her moon on her cloak there, there's a strong draw towards this connection, but there's some sort of blockages to it as well. So intuitively they might be blocking what they know to be true, which is that they want this kind of rising up, that they want this new beginning. It might be something that you've been in, like I say, you've been in separation from this person and they want it to begin again with you. Or it could be that they just, out of a situation that seems secret, that seems hidden, that seems inaccessible, where there's lots of doubts and fears and you know, limiting beliefs, they want a rising up. So intuitively, and the High Priestess is a very, very, very intuitive card. So it makes me feel that it makes me feel actually that this person is probably very intuitive by nature, but they block that. I think that's what I'm feeling. I feel like this person is very intuitive by nature, but they are blocking that. They are somehow, with the Ten of Swords and the Devil, they're somehow feeling that they can't, I think like what I was saying before, that they can't listen to that they are not allowed to listen to that in some way regarding this connection. It could be because it's secret, it could be that it's forbidden, it could be that it's because you've split up and it doesn't seem to them that there's any way that you can reconcile. But their intuition is also telling them that this situation needs to rise up. That this situation with the Judgment card needs to be a call to action. So it could be that they're intuitively understanding that there needs to be change. If this situation is in separation, if it's secret, if it looks like it's dead, if it's had limiting beliefs or poor behaviour in the past, it needs to change. It needs to change and rise up and be better, because the overarching energy is the Ten of Pentacles, and that is that's a committed energy. So if this wasn't a committed situation before, it's never been a committed situation, or it's been full of doubts and fears and issues or whatever, then it needs to what they're also feeling is it needs to be made more concrete, more stable, more reliable. It needs to be built on, because the Ten of Pentacles is about a sort of leaving a legacy, building on something, having a stable, committed situation with somebody, with children and a home and everything that goes with that in the kind of 3D world, and you leave that legacy behind. So this tells me that this person intuitively knows that they want to build this situation in some way, or they want to build it up again, or build it up and be committed. There's almost like there is like a rising up from this. So if it was something that was, it came into separation because it was maybe just a quick fling, or something that just gave instant gratification, or something that was obsessive, or something that went in cycles, or something like that, they don't really, what they're intuitively realizing is that they don't want it, and they're getting a lot of intuitive hits about that with a High Priestess here. There's a lot of intuition that they are receiving, a lot of intuitive information, but there's something around them blocking that possibly as well, or there's some sort of blocks to that. So maybe it's because they just think they can't have it, or that it's a forbidden thing, or they're never going to be able to have that. Something like that. And I feel like with the a long way from home, I feel like you are a sense of home to them, and they feel a long way away from that, because this says a long way home. I feel like they want to come back, they want to return, or they want to be with you. They want to come out of the shadows. If it's in the shadows, if it's secret, if it's hidden, they want to come out of that with the dawn of love here. Or maybe they're just beginning to catch on that they have feelings for you, that they have deep feelings for you. And their intuition is telling them that. So maybe this is where you came into separation with the Devil card here. Maybe it wasn't a deep situation before, but they are just beginning to know and understand that they have deep feelings for you and they want a committed situation. Anyway, let's see what else we've got here for pile number 3. So what does their person intuitively understand about pile number 3 in the connection? What is their intuition trying to tell them about pile number 3 in the connection? King of Pentacles. What is their intuition? 9 of Pentacles. What is their intuition trying to tell them about pile number 3 and the Sun? What is their intuition trying to tell them about pile number 3 and the connection? I feel like it's that one actually, which is 2 of Wands, and at the bottom of the deck is the Strength card. Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's definitely something about this person getting intuitive feelings that there needs to be commitment or stability back in this situation with the King of Pentacles here. It comes right under the High Priestess, which is the ultimate card of intuition. It's telling them that they need, maybe this time around, they need to build a more stable, secure, solid relationship with you, and that's what they're feeling, that they need to begin to do that, or they need to start to do that. They need to show wisdom. Maybe they didn't show wisdom before here with the Devil card, but they are feeling that this is a time where they need to create stability with you. Now, it could be that there's some doubts and some fears around coming forwards with that, because underneath the 10 of Swords, which is a situation that's coming to separation, you've got the 9 of Pentacles. Now, the 9 of Pentacles is a sort of an independent energy. So maybe there's some fears and doubts and worries that you are an independent energy and that you wouldn't want that with them. You wouldn't want to be with them. Or maybe it's a crush situation and they're just not sure that you like them because you're so independent and possibly detached, or you seem as though you're kind of completely happy and okay on your own and you wouldn't really want them in any way. So they've got these kind of doubts and fears and limiting beliefs about kind of coming forward and having this dawn of love with you. So intuitively, I'm feeling that they want to create stability with you. There are some fears around maybe how you would be received with that. But also, I feel like somehow, even though this isn't the Queen of Pentacles, it is very much in touch with the Queen of Pentacles energy, which is somebody who is so self-supporting, so nurturing, so loving, completely independent, built up her own life, is enjoying the fruits of her labour. And the Queen and the King of Pentacles go very much together. They are sort of counterparts, aren't they? And that's immediately what I felt when it kind of came next to the King of Pentacles, that intuitively they know that you two should be together. I think that's what they're feeling, that actually you two should be together, that you are home. That's what I'm feeling, that with these two cards and the 10 of Pentacles, that you are home to them. Intuitively they know that you are home, but there might be a long way from you at the moment, or there might be some blocks to get into you at the moment. I mean, the Sun card here, right under the Devil. So out of that, the Devil is the ultimate in terms of negativity, really, or being controlled by negative influences. But right underneath it, you've got the Sun. So they want to, intuitively, they know they've got to get rid of anything that was negative maybe in the situation, or anything that is negative in the situation, any blocks, any limiting beliefs, anything that's getting in the way of the progress of the situation. Intuitively, they know they want to move on from that and have happiness with you. This dawn of love reminds me of this dawn of love, that they want happiness with you. But it might be that they realise or intuitively know that it has to be kind of slow. There needs to be sort of slow progress towards you, because this Elephant, a long way from home, presumably going towards home, which would be you, with a hot air balloon, which makes me feel it's like slow travel. And we've got the 2 of Wands here, which is a sort of element of waiting, hoping, wishing, planning, preparing and preparation. That's what the Two of Wands is. So I feel like intuitively they want to be with you. They see you as home. They see you as happiness. They know that they need to plan and prepare for that and take it slow. That's kind of what I'm feeling. But they definitely want commitment. That's kind of what I'm feeling here. And the overarching energy is strength, which is basically to be, strength is about overcoming the devil, which is the lion in this card, is overcoming anything that might, attack us or, bring us down or be a threat to us, which is what this line is symbolic of here. It's about controlling that in a gentle way. So if there were some habits or problems in this situation before, and it might have come into separation for some of you, or if it was secret, or if it was, or if it's difficult, or if there are problems and you're still in it, or something like that, I feel like this is about overcoming them. And this person intuitively understands that they need to overcome any issues or problems in this connection by preparing, maybe by planning, by something like that. But they know intuitively that you two go together, that you are like home to each other, that you belong together. I feel like that's what's going on here, and that they want commitment with you. You might already have children with this person. You may have been in a committed situation. You might be in a committed situation with them now, but it might just be going through a little bit of a tricky time or a little bit difficult time here with the Ten of Wands and the Devil. But they definitely know that they're feeling that you are that person for them, and they want to overcome, any issues or problems that you may have had or that you did have in the past. But it might feel like at the moment it's kind of slow, and progress might need to be slow. There's reconciliation, something like that. Progress might need to be slow, but they feel a sense of loyalty to you as well. Just notice the dog here. They definitely feel a sense of loyalty still in this situation or in this situation. But anyway, in terms of astrological signs, I mean, the Ten of Swords, that is Gemini energy. Devil is Capricorn. The Two of Wands, that is Aries energy. Sun is obviously Leo. Strength is also Leo. Nine of Pentacles, that is Virgo, and the King of Pentacles could only be any of the earth signs of Capricorn, Taurus or Virgo. So some of those signs might mean something to you. But let's see what advice you've got in this situation. So I feel like this person intuitively knows that this relationship is where they want to be. This relationship is where they want to be, that you are the person that they want to commit to, you are the person that they want to... You might feel distant from them though, because of this Nine of Pentacles. You might be separate from them, but they want to, they want to get you back. I think that's what I'm feeling. They want to kind of get you back, really. So what advice does pile number? What advice is there for pile number 3 in this situation? What advice is there for? Oh, what's this one? A new start is coming. Can you believe that? I feel like a new start is coming in this situation. Definitely. I think I just literally said that, didn't I? Okay, let's see. And it goes to the dawn of love, What advice is there for part number 3 in this situation? What have we got here? We've got communication is the key. So maybe there's something around some communication here. Your dreams need a practical plan. Full moon in Taurus. I feel like that might be why I've got the Two of Wands here. They need to plan and prepare in some way as they come towards you or something like that. Have one more, one more actually, and this one is emotions are running high. So I said I was going to have one more, but this one seems to want to poke out. What is this one? Time to give rather than take. That is new moon in Virgo. New moon in general, that's a super moon. Full moon. Yeah, you've got 3 new moons here. Now, new moons are all about wiping the slate clean and beginning again. They're all about new starts. So I feel like... this person does want and it says got dawn of love, that's the start of love. I feel like this person does want to start or begin again, or start again with you, or just begin with you. And it's funny because I'm just noticing this quote here, and it says, nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. So that's, I think, why we got the Two of Wands. There's a sense of slowness to it, though. a sense of slowness. Even the way the woman shuts the lion's mouth is very slow. So it feels to me like this person wants to come toward you, wants to be with you, but there's a sort of slowness to it. Even this Dawn of Love card, you know, you've got to, if you start from here, you've got to go right through the tunnel to get to this area here, which is, you know, where you want to be, which is this beautiful place. So I feel like they are coming back towards you intuitively. They understand that they need to come back towards you, you know, and to have this new start with you, which is more committed, essentially more committed and stronger, you know, a stronger base for the two of you. But anyway, pile number 3, that has been your reading. I hope you've liked it. If you have, please do hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now.